Hey, this is Chris at Talon Gaming. Welcome back for another video review. Today we're going to look at Everspace 2 early release by Rockfish Games, which is made available publicly in January of 2021. If you haven't seen it, this title was covered in our episode 2, First Impressions, with over an hour of gameplay. Check that out if you're interested and see what it's like to play. The link is in the description below. Everspace 2 is a single-player space shooter RPG sandbox game with a large swath of territory to explore. The game features beautiful scenery, dogfighting, exploration, mining for resources, crafting, as well as a storyline and side missions in several different flavors. Quad-core CPU is recommended for this title, and I would suggest at least a mid-range GPU made in the last 5 years to enjoy the beautiful graphical environment that the game has to offer. Playing on a Ryzen 7 1700X with the GTX 1080 at 1440p with all the bells and whistles cranked, I was running about 40 to 80 frames a second to give you a frame of reference. Check the video description for the full system requirements. Since this is an early release title, there are a few things incomplete, such as unfinished cutscenes, ship customization, few enemy types, and limited campaign storyline progression. That being said, there's still plenty of content to spend time on. Things like new ships, ship upgrades, buying, selling, crafting, character leveling and perks, hunting outlaws, exploring territory of space, and quite a few side quest missions to work on. Even in early access, there's plenty to keep you busy. The flight controls in the game are fully customizable to your liking, and I do suggest you take a few minutes to find out what works best for you. Otherwise, it might be a little frustrating. The default key bindings are fairly simple to use, although I do find the spacebar control combo for going up and down a little awkward, especially if you like to use the booster at the same time. The combat is fun, and tactics play a huge part in keeping your enemies in front of your guns. It can be a little difficult at first, but once you get a handle on things, it's quite a bit of fun. Exploring the game's asteroids, landscapes, puzzles, mines, and debris fields really highlights just how good looking this game really is, and it's a great way to fine-tune your ability to control your ship.
What is this?
Visually, the game looks fantastic. The textures are detailed, the animation's fluid. The scenery, the landscapes, and distant sky are all beautifully done. Cutscenes are unfinished, so I won't really comment too much, but given what I've seen so far, there should be plenty in the finished game, even though I can't really predict how good they'll be. Sound effects are pretty good so far, not that you can hear anything in space. They're immersive and suit the game very well. Music is ambient, non-intrusive, and helps provide an aura to the game without being too much to handle. I think it's good, but pretty standard for this type of game. Voice acting isn't bad, but feels unfinished, which may very well be the case. Some of it's a little cheesy, though. Some of the actors are significantly better than the others, which makes me think some of it is just placeholder material.
Are you coming back to me?
The shortened story in the early release is good and provides a path for the player to follow and progress if the side quest gig isn't their thing. I can't speak for what the full game will give you, but if the rest of the game is similar, I would be a happy camper. I enjoyed my time so far with Everspace 2, and I'm looking forward to the full release to really explore it and see what the rest of the campaign and story is about. All in all, with playing a handful of side quests, it took me about 12 hours to complete what's available for the main story. From what I can see, you can easily double or triple up on that with the other content that's been made available already. If you're a fan of the first game, sci-fi, space games, or just looking for something different, give this a look. It's a blast to play and is full of awesome eye candy to explore. Thanks for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, hammer down on the like button and subscribe for future content. Don't forget to check out First Impressions Episode 2, where we show you the new player experience for Everspace 2. And stay tuned for tips and tricks in the future. This is Chris from Talon Gaming, signing off.